Hi, welcome back. It's good to have you back. We're gonna look at some bank stories right now. And just like the other UB2B, everything that I say to you is just strictly my opinion. Just strictly my opinion. Oh, that's cute. Alrighty, family. Let me see. Where do we start with? Welcome back. Duty, you say, how do you join premium? You got a pencil and paper to write with? Tink, if you can type it in there to, yeah, whenever. There's no rush to it, okay? Tink will put up the same thing I'm about to say to you. Go to ktfalways.com, ktfalways.com, and then go to the top and it says join now. So once you become a member of our forum, once you're a member of our forum and you have a username and a password, then that's when you sign up for premium. You see the little tabs. You can click on it and you can pay through PayPal, or you can call me. Yeah. Instead, you can send a check to me and we get rid of PayPal. It's up to you. It's up to you. But my phone number is 419 283 2552. And my website is ktfalways.com. And by the way, when you do join now, it's 3 questions. They want a username, a password, and an email. And then when you hit enter, you have to wait 24 hours. Wait 24 hours. The next day, my staff sends you an email and they say, hi, welcome, you're a member of KTFA. Come on in and use your username and your password to come in. And then once you're in there, and if you want premium, look for the little tab that says premium. Or call me, 419-283-2552, and I'll be able to help you directly and we can get rid of PayPal if you want to go that way. Give me a second to read this. Yes, gentlemen, over 40 of his leaders are dead. Congratulations, your security instability was born because of Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States of America. In my opinion, this campaign will last 3 to 5 days. And then maybe, just maybe, we'll see the formation of your government, one step at a time, as the smoke clears. Yes, gentlemen, over 40 of the leaders are dead. Congratulations, your security, you stupid. Your security and stability was born because of Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. In my opinion, this campaign will last 3 to 5 days. And then maybe we see the formation of the government one step at a time as the smoke clears. Send. And they send again. An imminent agreement between the two Kurdish parties. Oh! Because of this, sir, we have an imminent agreement between the two Kurdish parties to decide on the position of the presidency of the Republic. This is on television live right now. Holy cow. Oh, hey, premium, you're gonna have fun tonight. Wow. And look at, so that's what I just showed you right now. That's what I just sent them. That's what I just sent. That's what they sent. But look at, they sent this long report. And now, of course, all of that will be, wow, it's super long. All of that will be in premium. Now hold on. Hold on. They just sent again. We are witnessing the we are witnessing the grave surrender. Oops. You be quiet over here. Um, no, no. Yeah, LOL. Hold on. LOL. Boom. Well put, gentlemen. Exclamation mark. Send. So yeah, we'll load that up in premium tonight. Now, right now, let me take you to the land of bank stories and Tink. I'm so sorry. It's about to die. Do you have the time for it? Can you do it? Thank you. Alrighty, family. Let's see what we got here. Thank you, Kings of Wanda. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. Oh, this is in a text. Let me. Oh, it's recording number 6. Hold on. Okay. Alrighty. Here we go.
That's right. It was the bank story that I brought in from a gentleman. It was, I think it was Mr. D. Is that correct? Give me the introduction. Give me the introduction of how this happened to you.
I heard the bank story, and when he had said La Crosse, Wisconsin, I had to sit down because my entire family is from there.
Oh.
So what I did today was I just looked up the Wells Fargo locations in that city, and they had 2, and there was only one that had wealth advisors.
It kind of narrowed it down and made it easier for you. So what happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
So I called and I asked to speak to their wealth management department, and then I was put on hold, and then this gentleman came back to the phone, and he said, "How can I help you?" And I just let him know that I had heard through the grapevine that you had a conversation, or someone, a colleague of yours in your office had a conversation pertaining to foreign currency exchange, and I'm interested in finding out a little bit more for myself.
And what did he say? That it's a scam?
He did not say it's a scam. He's probably an NDA. I found out that he has been with that location for 25 years, so I'm thinking obviously he knows. But basically, he just asked me what currency that I had and how did I get involved in it. And he had said that he had worked with only 2 cases like this in the past, where he had to actually go back to his back office currency exchange.
That's interesting. You know who the other story was, the one that we brought. You're the second. So he talked to you about the back office on his computer?
He said that we have a currency exchange back office.
Yes, they do. I've never talked about it. Well, indirectly, I've said that there will be stations, cubicles, private banks, whatever you want to call them. Just don't call them exchange centers, because they're not that. They're going to be working with banks, and that's probably what he was talking about. But you see, what I find impressive about this story is that he did not say it was a scam the moment you said foreign currency. And then you even went further and you said dinars. He never said it was a scam, did he?
No. I listed off what currency I had, and he didn't have any negative comment, no grunts or anything like that at all. And then the next step was he just said, "Let me give you my email address."
Like, for example, he knows dongs, dinars, but now he wants to be specific and ask you how much you have of all that?
Correct.
He's calculating. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. Because
I was going to say, I'll follow up with you on the part 2 once I hear back from his email.
he's calculating with his back office. I'm not going to say too much about it, but all of these places have back offices is a good way of putting it,
Right.
where they'll run the dinar through that. They won't mix it with anything else. Wow, this is a wonderful. So you have an appointment, another appointment, or what?
No. So email. I need to email him what I have in the volumes, and then he's actually going to be out of town Friday to Wednesday, and he did say that he would follow up with me once he got back in.
Hey, you know what? Send him the information that he's asking, and I'll bet you a nickel he'll get a hold of you before Wednesday.
I was probably get. I'll break that since today's Thursday. He might even give me a call yet today if I get it to him soon here. Okay.
I think you're going to be very well taken care of, and I thank you for sharing this story, because you see, people are afraid to take the first step. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, it couldn't be.
That's what you did. That's what all these bank stories do. They take the first step, the initiative, and they don't go in there with a bullish attitude. You didn't demand anything.
No, and in honesty, I have approached several other banks in the past, and they did turn me away. So it just persistent. Just takes a little time.
But the timing,
yes.
No one is saying that it's a scam anymore. They're all on pins and needles waiting for this to happen. And in my opinion, all of them are watching Donald Trump. Let's see what Trump does this weekend.
This guy is a Christ believer also, so undoubtedly he's got some of his own currency.
Wonderful. Well, I'm excited to see when he calls you. And like I said, I'll bet you a nickel before Wednesday. Please get back with us, okay?
I sure will.
God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.
So, that was one bank story. Here's another one. Before I do, my friends in Iraq just sent me more information, because I said to them, gentlemen, here, let me, well, first, hold on. May I suggest that you listen to our YouTube today, because what you just expressed is almost word for word of what I said. I started out today by saying, I am not very happy with what happened today. But it was needed, which causes me to be happy. Exactly. May I suggest that you listen to our YouTube today, because that's what you just expressed is almost word for word of what I just said. I started out today by saying, bingo. Yeah, so here, Omar sends just right now, because I said to him, hey, gentlemen, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about this? And because no man is an island, but Malachi is now. So he says the following, and I'll read it. Omar, because it matches the first UB2B. I mean, it matches the first UB2B. That's interesting. Look at that. There's about 600 people. So be it. And they wonder why I fade away. Omar says that they feel bad. Wow. That's exactly what I said. Omar says they feel bad that things had to come to this, Mr. Frank, but this is basically the only way to stop the reign of terror that Iran has. You know, Iran probably has 67 different groups of militia inside of our country. Probably well over, they probably got maybe 200,000, because they're all families. So, knowing that they tried to use that as a leverage from Iran over us, something had to be done. because the corrupt politicians in our country were leading in the light of we're leading in the light of coordination framework is still trying. And okay, you know how it is, it's messed up. We had to do something about Iran over sometime because something had to do because they were a bunch of corrupt politicians inside of our country, and the coordination framework is still trying to do what Iran wants them to do. So things are taking shape, but it basically had to happen. Unfortunately, I guess us, America, you had to reign upon the reign of terror for our financial stability here inside of our country. To which I said to him, exactly. Oh, they send more. Omar says that Sudani has shut down the airspace. Yeah, let's share this. Omar says that Sudani has just shut down the airspace here in our country, and there's a lot of security at the border. Gentlemen, remember when we took our soldiers and we sent them to Syria? They're back. They're at your borders. Nothing will spill into your country. Get that from the other gurus. Omar says that Sudani has shut down their airspace here in our country. And there's a lot of security at the borders. And there's a lot of TV information running on the ticker at the bottom. So we're kind of just laying low here, but we'll be able to send you all this tickers in a minute here. There, right about that. So all of this I'll put in premium tonight, and much more that I didn't read. I only read like 10%. Let's get you another bank story, family. You want to?
Belongs to the branch, and I said, she has an appointment to talk with you about this same thing later. And he goes, okay. Well, she ends up coming in, and she ends up coming into my meeting, and I just laid out the paperwork, and he goes, hold on one second. Do you have a Wells Fargo account? I said, yes. So I gave him my card. They scanned it. So, they checked me in, and he goes, do you have availability? He was on the phone, and he goes, do you have availability at around 3 p.m. today? Because all he did was look at my numbers, and he looked at what I had. And I said, yes, I can meet with, He goes, you need to speak to somebody else in our bank. He needs to come in from another bank. And
I know what that is.
Poconos. And they call it the private bank.
Yep.
And they said, and he comes and he said, okay. I said, I'll meet with definitely. And and then the friend I had, I didn't bring any currency with me. I only had the pieces of paper.
But and you told him how much you had.
I showed him everything.
Yeah, you told him how much you had. Okay.
And then he said, you need to talk to this man. But can I be in the meeting? And I said, yes. And he was all smiles.
Stop and think about that. Why would he say that? Because he has an idea that it's at least 1-to-1. So he sees what you got, and he realizes, oh no, you got to go to the next level. You got to go up a little higher than me.
Yes. And the big one, Frank, this is the best part of this, was I'm sitting there talking with him, and he's going all this stuff. I have pieces of paper, and he goes, just take those with you. And I went home, and something in my stomach said, I got to buy more dinar. And before the next meeting, I went and bought more dinar and more dong. And so when I get back, this guy, the next guy, the next level, I go, yeah, these papers I have printed, they're not good anymore. And he goes, what do you mean they're not good? I go, I bought more. And he goes, you bought more? I'm like, yeah, double everything up. I got 5.5 million of dinar now, and I have 20 million dong. And their eyes lit up. Now my friend that came, she brought her money with her. So she starts taking it out, but she didn't know anything. She don't know. She doesn't listen. She just listens to what I tell her. So she didn't know what to say or anything. And so I go, listen. I go, you go. These guys were jumping up and down. Can we take photographs of this money? Can we take photographs? Now this is September. This is my September meeting.
Okay.
And she did have Zimbabwe. She had the 10 trillion note, thing, and it was in a sealed case, and it was authorized. They wanted to take photographs of them holding it up. And then he gave the girl, he goes, you mind? And they were smiling with a thumbs up. And the girl goes, well, can I get this? My money, can I get in the picture with you? And I was the one, I knew what to say and how to play with him. She didn't. So I was kind of staying focused on my part of it. But these guys were so excited about seeing the money and seeing what I had, and the trust I was setting up.
It was the first time they saw it because they haven't practiced it with the real currency.
The real currency, just like yesterday's story. They wanted to touch it, and that's what these guys. And they were high fiving each other. They were going, anything we can do. And the questions I had, now you got to talk. I understand me. I have no money in my account. I'm normally negative. I normally have, what do they call those fees? I have the overdraft fees. Okay. I'm the worst. I'm walking in there going, you know what? I'm going to be a multimillionaire with this. And they're agreeing with me, and they're going, and then October, take me to October now, they call me back in. And the guy even says to me, that the head guy at the private bank side, he said, you're not a millionaire. You're a millionaire. Multi-billionaire.
Well, he's hoping that the float will take you to that level.
Yes. And he said, but the dong, like he came right out, he goes, the ones you have, and that was before anything with Venezuela happened. I had that. And I have 5 billion of that. And he goes, that's going to pay out too. Right now, if you go to the converter, you do put it in there, that your money into the converter right now, if we take the sanctions off, it's worth money. If we take the sanctions off, it's worth money, he's telling me.
The sanctions are off.
And they are off.
It'll be worth money as soon as they change the rate.
Exactly. And he goes, but at the current rate, it's worth money. He goes, they go in, he went to the calculator, and he's going, right here, what I can show you now. And I said, I didn't even know I could do that. And he showed me, and he goes, and I'm like, wow.
That's that app that I have. People can plot it in, and they can figure out what they got. Go ahead.
Figure out what they had. So, Mark, now today, I go into the bank just to cash a check, deposit a check. And the man, just now that the private guy, he's not at my branch. But the guy I've been talking with, that he had to add his name to my phone. He had to add for the last couple of weeks, I've been getting random appointments scheduled for me without me scheduled. And then when the day before my appointment, they would cancel it. So they're planning on
they're gambling. They're trying.
Yes.
That's what happened with a couple of others that I had. They said, well, let us reschedule. One guy told me, he said, no, it may be too late by then, but no, he was wrong. But that's what they're doing. Yeah. They're guessing just like everyone else is.
Yes, and they're putting me in.
But the difference is that everybody knows it's about to happen, and they have long trained. That's why I went back today on my YouTube. I said, let me go back to let's say the summer of last year, and then I walked us all the way through to where we're at now, and that's the evolution of the banks. It's no longer a scam. What the banks are doing is that they are scurrying to get you. They want to know you because, in my opinion, the U.S. Treasury.
They want that money. They want that money in their thing because that's the one thing they were going. They were trying to wheel and deal me with. You need to go in this program. They want my money. They want to lock my money.
Exactly. You just said the right word. They want to lock you in. But be careful. Don't do that. Don't get involved in anything just yet. Even when the blessing occurs, take plenty of time to figure out what you want to do.
No, you want to, what you need to do is, because they're going to give you brochures, I always say, you want to just be grateful. Thank you for this. I need time to think about this.
It was
And
about
walk out.
It was about a year and a half ago that I held up a pamphlet that I got from Chase Bank when I talked to their wealth managers. I don't know if you got to see that, but that's the pamphlet that you want. That's the one. It's a thick little pamphlet, and it tells you not regular customers. It talks about you as an elite customer.
That's what they gave me.
You got it. That's good.
They gave me.
Memorize
It's called
it.
the private bank. Yes,
That
the
is.
private bank. There's no fees. There'll be no fees for your exchange. There's no limits. You basically you're your own bank. They're going whatever you want to write. We have a team of people for you. We have our own lawyers that represent you. But I suggest have a lawyer too, your own lawyer, and those two lawyers can just do your best interest. And so, like today, I walk into them. I don't meet with him. Why? He's waiting there, gives me a big hug, and he told me, "Look, we're looking good for next weekend." That's what he is hearing.
Well, we have to get this weekend done first.
Yes.
And that one I can't really talk about because it's military.
Yes, that's what it is. It's going to be military. I know. I already feeling it. I said it's going to be, because my birthday's on Saturday, so my thing is it's going to happen for my birthday. It's going to be. And I said I'm excited.
Well, look at here. Tomorrow I've got one already lined up. Tomorrow is Thursday. Can I schedule you for Friday?
Yes. Well, tomorrow is Friday.
Oh, excuse me. Can I schedule that for Saturday? Let me write this down.
Saturday. Yes, Saturday.
I got your number. Let me write it down. Don't say anything because I'm actually.
So that was encouraging. It was very similar to another one that I gave you before, where the other one was, he was surrounded by like 12 women, and they were all, let me touch it, let me touch it, let me take a picture. I said, you should open your shirt, put it on your chest, and go ahead, touch it. He laughed. I told you I'd get you 3. Here's another one. This one's off my phone. And this is yesterday. Okay, yesterday, today, 27th. Okay, let me hit play before I put the volume on.
Hi, Frank. Jim Reynolds.
Okay, there.
There you go. So, I reached out to a local Chase bank. I don't have one right in my town, but about 10 miles away, there's a branch. And it's the only one other than going all the way to Pittsburgh. I'm in Pennsylvania, by the way, western Pennsylvania, about 25, 30 miles east of Pittsburgh. So I called this local branch. I got on the phone with a wealth manager, and I can't remember exactly what I said. I called you right after this phone call yesterday because I wanted it to be fresh, and I was actually driving, so I couldn't write. I wrote down a few bullet points. I pretty much disclosed to him what I had. I forget how I worded it. I sort of felt it out a little bit, but I felt confident because we've had so many people tell stories regarding Chase. I felt fairly confident to mention, hey, I have, foreign currencies. I have Iraqi dinars. And when I did that, I could tell right away he did not dismiss it. And I think I said something like, do you guys, what do you think of that? Do you guys deal with that? He said, I'm in direct contact with the JP Morgan, I guess it's more like the upper management tier from just regular Chase. I'm not sure how it works. I'm a PNC Bank customer, so I'm not quite sure how Chase works, but he said he told me he was in direct contact with the higher ups in JP Morgan. And this was his statement. He said, I've been in contact with them about this. He said, I've been here for 6 years. And he said, I have gotten a lot of calls over this, and it's really picked
up. I just realized that was the end of it. But as you can see, family, that's another wonderful story. All 3 of them. What was it that we had in common with all these stories? In my opinion, the answer is that they took the first step. It doesn't have to be complicated. May I encourage you to listen to the recording called Bank Story 2.0. That's the one, the gentleman from Canada. If you just follow his template, if you just follow the steps that he's doing, I think you'll be able to do exactly what he did and have the same response. Now, not every response is going to say to you, "Oh yeah, we know what's going on. We're going to take care of you." No, don't expect that. Some do's. The majority do nowadays. So that's encouraging. But I just wanted to tell you, family, that one. Let me see. I'm trying to find it. There it is. It is dated 2/26/26. Canadian Bank Story 2.0. That should be your template. That should be your cookie cutter. That should be your guide on how to communicate with banks. Well, I'm thinking those are 3 good bank stories that can help you. And I'm thinking that we're going to say goodbye. But just let me look real quick at my notes here. This is interesting. Somebody just sent this to me. First, I'll show you the picture, and then I'll read it to you. Thank you, by the way, whoever just sent this to me. It said, remember how we got here? Well, first of all, Hillary Clinton supplied Iran with uranium to enrich their nuclear program. Barack Obama gave Iran $1.7 untraceable billion that they used to fund their nuclear program. And Joseph Biden unfroze over $16 billion of funds for Iran, and they ran with it. So don't even try to blame this on Trump. Trump is the one that fixed it. You're welcome. It's interesting that the coordination framework called immediately for the cessation, the stopping of the so-called attacks. Yeah, hypocrites. Lindsey Graham, a good representative, a good Republican, she says, the end of the largest state-sponsored of terrorism is upon us. God bless President Trump, our military, and our allies in Israel. I think that's it. Oh, look at, this is the picture. Don't ask me where. Just appreciate it. This is the picture where the supreme leader and all of his goons were hiding, and they built a dome over it, thinking that, oh yeah, they won't find us. It's so stupid. It's stupid. Oh, this is a beautiful picture, and it's a real picture, by the way. This is a real picture. What you're looking at here is the star. This is a Stratus plane. You in the Air Force, this is a Stratus plane. It's a big, beautiful bird. But a friend of mine sent it because his friend took a picture. They're down in Florida. Right when the Stratus beautiful plane was flying, and right in back of it, Musk, Starlink Falcon, was taking off. Talk about a picture. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. What a sight. It looked like it was going straight at it. When they sent it to me, I thought, what? Iran can do this? And they said, no, that's not Iran. I've got beautiful, long reports of what happened. Obama negotiated with Iran by giving them money. How much you want? Yeah, I like you. I got the same last name you guys got. And Trump negotiated with Iran like this. There's quite a difference in the leadership, isn't it? Who would you follow? So, I think that's good enough right there. These were people that were live when it was happening. That's pretty cool. Oh, we almost shut down. Did you see that? Yeah, mine shut down, but it's okay. Anyways, family, I thank you kindly for being with me. We gave you what the heck? We gave you, I think, a good opinion of what happened in the first Yubi and the results of what are going to happen because of it. And then we gave you 3 bank stories that I hope were motivating and lifting for you. Thank you kindly for being with me. I'll leave you every now and then. I ask you some questions. I'm sure you tried everything in the year of 2025. But did you try Jesus? Do you believe in the afterlife? Do you believe in the afterbirth? I know some people that say to me that when they die, that's it. There's nothing else. I can imagine a baby in the womb, comfortable, warm, nutrition, happy, mom. It has no idea what's on the other side. It has no idea. Nobody's ever come back from delivery, says the baby. I have no idea. And the same thing in our walk of life. We have no idea what's on the other side. But I do. And if you believe in the Word of God, I think you do too. Thank you kindly for being with me tonight, okay? It's interesting. It's interesting. We needed security and stability, right? I think we got it. Y'all take care of each other, pray for each other, love each other, visit each other, talk to each other, stop looking at your cell phones. Sweet aloha. And like I said, I'm sure you tried everything in 2025. May I suggest that you consider to try Jesus Christ in 2026. Operation Epic Fury. Wow. Thank you, Photo by Francie. Thank you. Do we have a list of the people that donated?
Not by name.
Oh, please forgive me. Normally I say I was trying to say thank you to all of you. But for those of you that contributed, I am humbled. I am grateful. You're keeping your friend alive. I'll see you tomorrow at 4, okay? Oh, wait a minute. Tomorrow we have, yeah,
Sunday
okay. It's Sunday. We have our service at 5 o'clock. So I'll be with you at 4. And we'll try to finish up just before 5 o'clock, okay? God bless you all. Sweet aloha.